All right, film is literature. We're here. What's up, Kaiser? How's it going, buddy?
I'm trying to maintain. I'm back in Washington D.C. and now just trying to get my life together.
I like it,
That's
dude. It
it.
looks like you got a cool outside setup, though. That's got to be fun.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm homeless, so I gotta live in gazebos.
Hey, man, gazebos are cool. Like, I can think of worse places to have to sleep.
Hey, look, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. How you
Yeah,
been?
I've been good, man. I've been good. We've been missing you, dude. We've been missing you. We missed you at our pool tournament, our one pocket tournament.
When I wanted to be there, that's one of my. I looked at it online, so
Nice.
um, you do some good events. I like what you're doing down there.
We're trying, man. We're trying. It was a good tournament. Mike Davis won
Of course.
two times in a row now. He's won our one pocket tournament. So maybe he's the one pocket champion.
I'm surprised. Hunter, he didn't. Hunter, I mean, I know Hunter placed, but I'm surprised he
Yeah.
didn't win.
Well, Hunter got second. Mike beat him. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
maybe Hunter was tired because and Mike Davis is a good one pocket player, but I know Hunter is. I thought he was better, but
Yeah, well, short races, the two, anything can happen. I think in a
yeah.
longer race, I probably like Hunter's chances more.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
But we're back here. This is our first time in a couple of weeks. We did a movie that's been out for 10 years now.
yep.
And I don't know about you, but I do remember when this movie came out. I did not see it, though, until yesterday. But we chose the movie, help me pronounce it, Sicario. Is that what we're going with?
Yep, Sicario. That's good.
All right.
If somebody knows better, let them tell us what it is. Maybe it's is it a Spanish name? Probably Sicario.
I think, well, it says at the beginning that in Mexico it means hitman. And it comes from, I guess, ancient Greek word.
Oh, for Hitman, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Maybe I need to change my name to that.
maybe that'd be pretty. It's a cool name. That's
Change
why
my
I
name.
remember. That's why I remember when it came out because I was like, "That's a really cool name for a movie." Had no idea what it was about though. I've never known what this movie was about until I watched it yesterday.
Yeah. You, maybe we need to ask Ricky. Is it a Spanish pronunciation or something?
I think I don't know if it's a Spanish pronunciation or a Greek. Greek. I think it's a Greek pronunciation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't. We're gonna go with Sicario, and if we're wrong, oh well. Because honestly, at the end of the day, I don't think it really matters. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, Kaiser. I thought this movie was pretty awesome.
Pretty awesome. I mean, I liked it. There's a few downfalls, and maybe it wasn't a downfall. Maybe I just didn't like the character.
Yes, I think there was a couple of characters that were kind of boring and lame and had nothing to do with the story. But overall, I think this movie was very well put together. I don't have really any big problems with it. I would rewatch it over and over
Hmm.
again, probably.
Some of it, I think. Yeah, we get into it. I did like the movie. I wouldn't go to the movies to watch it, to be honest. And
Yeah.
maybe 'cause it's where I'm at in life. So sometimes you get to a point in life. I'm not going to the movies, but
See, I think I'm going to disagree with you. I think this is a movie that I would probably like to see in the theaters
mm, okay. I
because
mean,
it's intense. It's got some loud music that really brings you into the scene. Like the music, the background music, I think
right.
really built the drama, which is what you miss a lot of times in movies nowadays. But I think it would have just sounded way cooler on these big speakers and big screen than it did on my little 40-inch television.
My little 40 inch. Okay. Some of us grew up without. I think 20 inch, 19 inch.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, I had that. I had like a 20-inch in my bedroom until I was like, in my 20s.
Right. It served the purpose, right?
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. This movie though does have a pretty awesome cast. I don't know. Did you know any of the main like three people? Like, did you know the girl? Do you know the girl, Emily Blunt?
I seen her. I've seen her and it seemed like she plays the same type of character.
Yeah, yeah. She basically plays like the same kind of girl in a lot of movies, but she's been in a lot of stuff that I like. She was in Looper, which is a really good movie. Not sure if you've seen that. She was in Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise, which is really good. She was in A Quiet Place, like that scary movie where they got to be quiet.
Oh, so she was in the movie with the black guy, the British guy. You said
No, no. He was in the scary movie. He was in Get Out.
oh, okay. That's
Yeah,
how I was
was it
thinking about. Yeah.
where he dated the racist white girl or whatever it ended up
Right,
being?
right, right. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's what he's from. He's from Get Out, which is a really good movie too. But Emily Blunt, yeah, big fan of hers. I always forget about her. Like
Yeah.
every time I see her, I'm like, oh, I like her. She's really good. Like I think she just nothing stands out though.
No, not at all. Not at all. She plays in this movie. It was just like you know what's going on.
Yeah,
You want to be a self righteous person. I did not like her character.
yeah. Her character was definitely not one of my favorites, which we'll get into at some point. You also have Benicio del Toro, who
Yes.
played Alejandro. You know Benicio, right?
Yes, yes. He played in a lot of movies. He played in Usual Suspects.
Yeah, he was in The Usual Suspects. Yes.
Yes, he played in a lot of movies. He's a
Yeah,
great actor. He's a great actor. I like him.
absolutely. He was in Sin City, Snatch. He was in one of the Star Wars, I believe. He was in. Man, he's been in a lot of movies, and he's another actor though that I kind of forget about until I see him.
Right, right. But he don't play in anything like he played in some movies, but he don't play anything that's like that's going to sell out seats. Like, but he plays in a lot of movies.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah, I don't think he can ever be like the main guy.
Right, right, right.
Like, I definitely think he's like the guy that's like the best second guy.
Well, your supporting cast, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, he is. I did enjoy in this role though. I enjoyed him in the role he played in this movie.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And we'll talk a lot more about him later too, because I did like him a lot. Then the third main guy was James Brolin, or Josh Brolin. I mean, do you know him? Do you know Josh Brolin?
The CIA guy. Yes, he plays in a lot of movies as well. But he's one of those. He's the same. He plays in a lot of movies, but you kind of forget about him until you see him. Like, oh, I remember his face.
I disagree. He's actually the one that I recognized immediately.
Really?
Yeah, but he's been basically in my lifetime. He's been around forever because he was in the Goonies, which for me, my age, that's like a super big movie, and he was the older brother.
Yes, you know what? Until you said that, he was in the Goonies, and I remember. I mean, I was an adult when the Goonies came out, or I think.
Yeah, you probably would have been like 20 or so.
Yeah. That's funny.
Yeah, he played the older brother. I mean, he was in one of the Men in Black movies. He was in, I think, a couple of the Avengers. He's been in No Country for Old Men, which he won like a couple of awards for. So, I mean,
but that's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying, though. So you see, he's in these movies, a lot of movies, but those movies are, except the Avengers, maybe. But other than that, it's not, selling out seats. They're good movies, though. He's a good actor, though.
Yeah, he's a great actor. I think which this movie did a great job with all three of those characters are great actors, and even some of the lesser characters are great actors. Like you said, you had the guy from Get Out, which is pretty amazing. You had
he's British, right?
What? Yeah, he's British. Yeah.
Yeah, so he got that accent, and it's funny how they, to me, over there across the pond, they really act when you can not sense a British accent, and he's speaking, can't say American or if you're from the islands, Yankee.
Yeah. It's impressive how they do for sure. Like I'm always impressed by the way that they kind of get rid of their accent when they're in.
Yep.
So the movie came out in 2015, like we said. It came out. So if you do research on it, it technically came out September 18th, but it was only in a couple of theaters. So we're not going to count that as opening weekend. We're going to go with October 2nd is when it came out because that's when it hit all the theaters.
Right.
And it finished in third place that opening weekend. And honestly, I'm looking at the two movies in front of it, and I don't think I saw either one of them. Actually, I know I haven't seen either one of them. Number one that weekend was The Martian. That's with Matt Damon, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the number two was Hotel Transylvania 2.
I've seen that.
Okay, you seen that? Oh yeah, you got kids.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Right. It's 10 years ago. Yep. My kids were 11. Yep.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah,
So this movie costed $30 million to make, and it made $85 million. So not
not too
really
bad.
good.
What you mean not too good? You said 85. They made 85 million.
5 million.
Oh, it made 5 million. I think you said 85.
It made 55 million. 50,
Yeah. Yeah. That's not a.
Yeah, that's not too great. For the year of 2015, it finished in 62nd place.
Yeah.
And if you look at it, it really, to me, it's not that great of a year because if you look at the top 5, you had Jurassic World. I couldn't tell you which Jurassic Park that is. You have Star Wars Episode 7. No idea. One of the Avengers, okay. Inside Out, I have no idea what that is. And then Fast and Furious 7. So definitely a year of movies that was just about the brand.
Yeah, so Inside Out, that's the cartoon movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's about feelings and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Emotions.
Never seen it. No.
Yes.
No idea. No interest in seeing that. So I think really this movie, I feel like if this movie came out at a different time, it could have been a lot bigger.
Maybe. I mean, it's a cartel movie. And I think.
And there's a lot of those.
Yeah, there's a lot of them. And, if you start thinking about, do I want to see a movie about cartel, who knows? But I mean, like I said, to me, I wouldn't have went to the movies. I mean, I enjoyed the movie, but I didn't enjoy it to the point of, I wish I would have saw that 10 years ago.
Yeah, we kind of did one that was cartel. Remember we did The Infiltrator.
The Infiltrator.
The one with from
yes, Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was kind of like a cartel movie. So I think this movie was actually better than that movie though.
Yeah. Well, yes, because it actually showed real things happening. It didn't spare no gore.
Yeah.
Heads cut off, arm displacements, everything. Like it didn't spare no gore.
This movie though, Sicario, it was nominated for 3 Academy Awards. It was up for 3 Oscars.
Okay.
It didn't win any of them, but it was up for best cinematography, best score, so best soundtrack, and best sound editing. So remember earlier when I was talking about how the sound really gets you involved in the movie. Obviously, the critics agreed as well.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I like the movie because I like blood and gore, and I like the whole cartel trade. I mean, not to be in it, but to see it, to see how ruthless they are.
Yeah, I could watch almost any movie about the cartel, really.
Yes.
This is so there's a bunch of movie critics, like popular famous movie critics, that have this in their top 10 movies, like of all time.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that. I mean, maybe top 10 cartel movies or drug movies or.
Yeah.
But if you really think about it, you really see something like one or 2 drug scenes.
Oh yeah, you never really see the drugs. They just keep telling you that they're big, they're big time drugs. Yeah.
Yeah. So which is, I guess, a good thing.
Yeah, but, I mean, I like that this movie kind of hid some stuff from you, but then also like, to me, like every scene, really, even the scenes that we don't like that we'll talk about, like they still had a part of the story.
Yeah. They held the story true. They held the story true, and you're right. They didn't have to show. It left so much for your imagination that you could have made something up and still been right, even if you was wrong. So it was good. I did like that piece of it because I was wondering why Alejandro was so hell bent on on being in this process, and it was just crazy.
Yeah, and then and then they finally tell you why he kind of really wants to be a part of this, and then also they keep it a secret at the beginning, like if they're with the CIA or the Department of Defense or what, and then also they kept showing the Mexican cop. And to me, I'm like, why is this guy a part of the story? And I had ideas in my mind. and then it turns out that I was wrong, but it was still cool how it played out.
Right. But some of that it kept showing this Mexican cop, but I guess it was showing that to show the cartel have police in their pocket, I guess.
Yeah. And I think it wanted to show you too that he's a family man, and I guess they kind of wanted us to care for him when he finally got like
when he transitioned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I actually thought which we'll get into that, but I actually thought that was like very, very well done when it wrapped up, because like I said at the beginning, I was like, why do we keep caring about this guy? Like I thought he was going to turn out to be like a way bigger part.
Right. I thought it was going to be the guy.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be the guy, to be honest with you.
Yeah, for sure. Let's go ahead and dive into our categories though.
Okay.
We'll start off with the favorite scene. What was your favorite scene of this movie, James?
So I think my favorite scene was I know it's gonna be bad. So remember Alejandro when he had went through the tunnel and came out the other side of the tunnel when they was doing the trying to get the drugs out of the car, and then he took the man hostage.
Yeah.
Not hostage, because the lady said, "Put your hands up." But I forgot the lady name, but put your hands up. And he shot he shot her, and he shot her.
Yeah.
He shot her to put her down, not to kill her.
Yeah, he knew. He shot her. Yeah.
Right. He knew where to shoot her at, just to kind of knock the wind out of her. And that right there was, I'm gonna say this is my favorite scenes, because it was like, stay in your place. We in an op. This is an op. This is not a self-righteous, crusade, if you will. And I like that. Like this be quiet. Let's go on with the op. You knew the op was happening. Mm-hmm. You just didn't know everything about the op. So I did like that. That's my favorite part.
Dude, I'm with you. Honestly, to me, I'm gonna go through a few scenes here that I think were great. I'll start off with that scene like you said. I think once they enter the tunnel, all the way until when he kills the main drug lord, is my favorite part. Especially to me, if you really want to narrow it down, to me, my favorite part was when he was at the dinner table with the dude's family, and you're like, okay, he might let the kids go, like, what's gonna happen? And he just randomly just shoots the wife and kids. And I'm like, you know what? This is awesome. Like, normally in these movies, because Benicio del Toro is the good guy. So normally in the movies, they will show a little sympathy, and, you'll be like, okay, well, the good guy, is the good guy. Here, they were just like, yeah, just kill the wife and kid. Like,
right.
I love it, because I think it shows how much he cared about what had happened to his family.
Right. But it showed, if you think about it, there's nobody else gonna come after me, especially from this family, because he's gonna kill everybody. He killed the family.
Yeah, and in my mind, I'm sitting there thinking like, yeah, he's gonna let this kid go, and then we might get a sequel with the kid coming after him. And
exactly.
But it was just so nonchalant how he killed him, which makes it even better to me. It wasn't let me give a speech or like, something. He just goes, time to meet God, and he shoots the wife and kids. I'm like, oh my God, that was amazing.
Man, it was horrible. It was horrible, but it was so ruthless. It was ridiculous. I was like, oh, wow.
I think it's more true to life. I think that's how it would be in real life, I feel like.
I think that's how it should have been. That's how it should have been. He couldn't keep nobody alive. He's in this man's house. The kids seen his face.
Yeah. It would have caused a lot more problems if he let some of them go. But that was by far my favorite part of this movie. But also, there's other parts I like too. I really, my biggest problem with movies is the endings. I've talked bad about almost every ending to every movie we have talked about.
Right.
This one though nails the ending. This is a 10 out of 10 on ending. When he kills them, and then he shows up to Kate's house or apartment, and he's like, sign these papers. I'm going to kill you if you don't. He walks off. She's about to shoot him, and she goes, I'm not going to shoot him. He did the right thing, maybe. Like, I loved it. I'm all for it. 10 out of 10 ending. It was amazing.
You're right. It wasn't a whole bunch of flair. He told her what was going to happen. I thought he was going to kill her anyway.
Me too. I was all for that too.
But again, she's self-righteous. That it bothers me. Like, her whole character just bothers me. So
yeah, we'll get into that too. But two other things I want to talk about. So they nailed the ending. one other thing that I love about movies, and one thing that to me makes a great movie is you nail the beginning of the movie. Also, this movie opens up amazing. They're in
Yeah.
that house. They ram into the house. They find the dead bodies in the walls. The building blows up. Instantly, I'm like, I'm in. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea what this movie's about yet, but I'm in. I'm in.
Yeah, you're right.
And you get my attention right away. It was perfect. And then I also really like the part when Benicio del Toro basically starts interrogating the guy in the room with. I guess he waterboards him, is what we're guessing,
Oh,
because he carries the water jug in there.
yeah. But first of all, he put his wood in his face,
Yeah.
standing so close to his face. I was like, I mean, not his actual. He just like he stood over him to show power.
Oh yeah, which was
So
great.
you're right. You lost this battle right here. So he kind of did that, and I was like, okay.
Oh, it was awesome. And then just the fact that he had the conversation with the other guy in the hallway before he went in there, like, I don't know, man. Almost any scene really with Benicio del Toro in this movie, I think, was good. But all right, so we're done talking about favorite scenes. I could go on and on. I could talk about this whole movie really, but there are some least favorite scenes, and I want to hear yours first. Did you have a least favorite scene?
Yeah, I mean, I think they played too much on the family because he didn't play a big part. So a couple of family skits or a couple of family pictures. What was the point of the lady in there? The lady being there. It could have been just the little boy and the man sitting down and the cop.
Yeah.
You know, they do breakfast. He's drinking coffee with alcohol in it. To me, that was like, what's the point of that? It didn't show no significance of a part of what's going on. But I do understand, like we said earlier, he has a family. He's I don't know if he's doing this for the family. You know what I mean? Because they still lived in shambles. And he talked about, you know how many keys he had in the back of that police car.
A lot.
I mean, he had a lot of keys.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. That was probably my least favorite. Oh, any part that with the girl was in the bank scene. The bank scene was an awesome scene. She just messed it up by going in and trying to litigate it, trying to put some paper towards like this is these, you know, put paper towards it. I mean, that it was a good scene, and then you just mess it up by first of all showing your face. Now they on to you, and then you're trying to, you know, just make it relevant, I guess, with you know, actual paperwork.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Yeah, that bank scene, they did kind of ruin that a little bit with her going in there. And then just the part with the family and the Mexican cop. It's like I didn't really quite understand it, but it did make me care for the guy. And at the end, it was kind of like, oh, like let him live. He has a family. And then instead they just shoot him right in the back of the head. And I was like, again, I'm like, that's awesome. Like that's, you know, like show no mercy. I love it. But my favorite scene kind of has to do with your scene about the bank scene because they see her face and then the guy goes after her, I guess, to try to kill her or something. And I just didn't like the whole bar scene, which led to the sex scene or whatever. I'm just not a fan. I don't think we didn't need them sitting at the bar like, oh my God, you don't look hot. You wear the same clothes all the time. Like I don't need that. Like I didn't need that. I didn't need him to try to like have sex with her. Like we could have just gone about that a different way. Like,
yeah.
Literally, like I could have just took like a 5-minute break and went to the bathroom during that part.
But you know the funny thing is, what happened to the partner, the black guy, and the girl that he was with? Like,
I'm assuming he left to you know, go try his handcuffs on her. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess that was weird because all of a sudden another lady's there, this guy's with him, and they hit it off. They kiss, and you're right. She has nothing. She looked beat down because, you know, she's been, you know,
which is fine.
Undercover.
Yeah.
But she looks beat down
But you had, I guess, what bothers me too is, you know, that guy, that's John Bernthal, you know, from The Walking Dead. And it's like, you know, where he plays the Punisher. It's like you have him in this movie and you just kind of, that's what you waste him on. Like, just the whole part. And then, yeah, you're right. What did happen to her partner? What happened to Reggie? Like, where did he go?
Right. Reggie, yeah.
And, yeah, go ahead.
It was I you know, I gonna say I ain't like that scene. My thing was, but I think it was a cliche. Like all of a sudden, you've been all these. You need a drink. All of a sudden, somebody want to come to you and have this, you know, relentless sex with you.
Yeah, I think the problem was they had Emily Blunt, who, you know, a lot of people think she's super beautiful, and I think she's really gorgeous. But I think they were like, hey, we have Emily Blunt who's super attractive. We need to do something at some point where it's like, we hit on that maybe a little bit.
Nah, you could have. Yeah, you're right. You could have left that off. I mean, I wasn't impressed. You're right. Yeah.
No. Which
Yeah.
does lead into, I'm going to skip ahead here. We can go ahead to our least favorite character. We'll skip our favorite character. Let's go to least favorite character. Because my least favorite character is her partner, Reggie. Like, what was the point of him in this movie? And
Nothing.
literally, probably about a third of the way into this movie, I really thought that he was going to be a bad guy. But then nothing happens to him. Like you said, he just kind of vanished. Like,
He's there.
I think we could have just done the whole movie without him, and it would have been the exact same.
It would have been the exact same because he didn't make a dent in this movie. He didn't make his presence wasn't even known.
And again, you have a guy who's a pretty good actor, and you're wasting him.
Right. He was an extra plus.
Yeah.
So he was an extra plus. You could have saved your money for him.
Yeah.
How about that?
His character he was annoying when he was on there.
Yeah.
And there was no payoff. Like, literally, like, have him do something at the end. Like, have him be a part of the story somehow. But nothing.
Nothing. You're right. But so I didn't like the girl, of course.
Kate was your least favorite?
Yeah, but it was that way. It was that by design. So I think they wanted everybody to want everybody. I mean, it was written so you can't not like her. Yeah. Because the stuff she was doing, the stuff she, her moral compass. You rolling up into Mexico, you going to El Paso, and you see these dead bodies and stuff, and you still have this moral compass of I want justice, and justice becomes a different type of thing at that point. It don't become let me take you in to jail.
Yeah,
I'm not saying eye for eye, but what I am saying is, you're trying to get small fish. We're trying to get the big fish.
Yes.
So I didn't like her, but it was by design.
I'm with you. Honestly, like I didn't like her. Her character made sense at least, which is partly why I didn't put her as my least favorite character. But I wasn't a big fan, and she did kind of win me over at the end when she might have shot him, but then didn't shoot him. It kind of made me go, okay, well maybe she learned her lesson. Maybe she maybe she understands now what happened and why they did everything they did.
Well, I mean, but if you look at the another useless character, I mean, was the when the police officer drove him to the Mercedes. Who was that guy?
Drove them. Which one? Which scene?
So the police officer drove the car, driving the car with Alejandro in the back, and they got to the Mercedes. They pulled.
Oh yeah.
What was that for?
Yeah, I don't really. Yeah, that was kind of another guy that I thought might become a character and then didn't become a character.
Right. Because they showed him before.
Yeah.
They showed him before, but I'm sitting there trying to figure out, like, well, who are you? If who are you?
Yeah, he kind of became nothing as well. Which I don't know. This movie did still a great job of focusing on the three main characters.
Right.
As I did feel, connected to them, and I understood why they were doing what they were doing. Who's your favorite character then? Who's your favorite character?
Alejandro, of course.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Alejandro, he was a thug. I like him, but he wasn't a thug. He was a lawyer, right?
Yeah. Well, he says that, but do we actually believe him?
He probably was a lawyer for the I can say Taliban, but a lawyer for the
cartel or whatever.
Cartel, yep.
Steve, do you think that's what he was? Because I thought maybe he was lying about that. I thought maybe he was like. I thought he was just a drug dealer himself.
He was a drug dealer, but I think he was a part of a different cartel.
Yeah, see, that's what I thought. Yeah, I thought he was part of a different cartel, and then they basically eliminated him because they wanted to get rid of him.
Right. Yeah, it was competition, but I think he might have been the lawyer what ends up happening is, when the cartel come in, they kill your family.
Oh yeah,
they're killing everybody. So they probably killed the drug lord that was part of that cartel, and then they went after, you go after the accountants, you go after the lawyers, you go after everybody that has something to do with it. Yeah. So what ends up happening is you end up being a casualty of war because I did my part in this drug cartel thing. So
yeah, I think either way, he's definitely our favorite character because he's just such a badass. Like it was pretty amazing. I loved it. It was pretty awesome.
My bad, I'm outside, so you got things flying because I got.
I didn't know. I thought maybe Alejandro was coming to step over you. I didn't
know. No, I don't deal in those type of situations, but he can come if you want.
Yeah, definitely though. Definitely he's the best character in this movie. Next up, could there have been nudity in this movie? There was no nudity. What could there have been nudity?
It could have been. I mean, it was nudity, but it was dead bodies.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there was. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. I forgot.
They were dead bodies. Yeah.
Yeah. I did forget that we did get to see the naked bodies hanging upside down. I'm not counting that though. I'm not counting that. And no, this movie did not need nudity though. One of the rare times I might say that actually.
But who was going to be nude? It was only one lady in the whole thing.
I'm all for Emily Blunt. Having a nude scene. I'm all for that. Next up, could this movie use a sequel, a prequel, or can they turn it into a TV show?
I think they probably could turn it into a TV show, but it'd be like any other cartel type thing. It's always about following the money. It's always about getting the drugs. It's always about something else.
Well, it's also, it was written by Taylor Sheridan, who writes Yellowstone.
Oh, no. I didn't know that. Yeah. I heard Yellowstone pretty good, though. So it might...
That's what I'm saying. Like, I think this would be like a perfect TV show because he already does a great TV show.
Right.
This could be another... I think I'm all for a TV show. I'm for all three. I think you could do a prequel, and we can just follow Benicio del Toro. We can just follow Alejandro around.
Right. But you got to figure out how they get because you got to figure out how did they get intertwined, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then I think you could do a sequel too. I think you could do a sequel, like what happens to Emily Blunt's character. Like, do they come after her? Does somebody finally catch up and be like, "Hey, we're gonna kill them to get revenge"? Like, I think there's a lot you could do with this. I think there is a lot you could do with these.
I think the girl talks. If you do a sequel. Probably. I think she started talking, because her moral compass is too morally. Let me say that. So,
but I think I'm all for it though. Apparently, though, they did do a sequel.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it was in 2018.
I didn't see that.
And once again, it still had Benicio del Toro and Josh Brolin in it. So there we go.
They did a 3 too?
What?
They did a 3?
Maybe, possibly.
Oh my God.
They definitely did a second one. Yeah, they did. They did a second one. Yeah.
Is in development or something. Okay.
Yeah. So maybe we'll watch the third one. It has Benicio del Toro and Josh Brolin in it again. So there we go. We'll put that on our list. We'll do our first sequel. We haven't done a sequel yet, so
no.
That'll be
that might be good.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm cutting out the category of The Rock. We're not going to talk about The Rock anymore. He's never good enough for these movies. I'm going to replace it with a new one, a new category here.
Which is?
Who is the winner of the movie to you? When I ask you about this movie, who's going to be the first actor that you?
It's going to be Alejandro.
Benicio del Toro.
Yeah, it's going to be him. I mean, obviously, yes.
I think so too. I think he is the winner. I think because I'd forgotten how good of an actor he was, and this reminded me, and I kind of want to go back now and be like,
yes,
we watch a lot of his movies.
He is a under what you call it
underappreciated.
He's underappreciated actor. I mean, he plays the hell out of every movie that I've seen him play in. He plays a pretty daggone great character, to be honest with you.
Agreed.
So
I think he definitely gets the championship belt for this movie.
Yes.
I do think that's a good category though, because I think some of these movies we do, it could be up in the air on who wins.
Yes. But this one is definitely him. I think he's actually the star of the whole show. I mean, without him, there wouldn't be no movie.
No, yeah, I think if somebody else would have played that role, and it wasn't as like if it was a lesser actor, I think this movie would not be nearly as good.
Right, and he's bilingual too, and that made it seem like he was scary in English and he was scary in Spanish. Like,
Bro, and and I think that's what I really like about him is that, especially in this role, is that he's Spanish. He's Spanish. He's speaks Spanish. So it flew well together. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It wasn't like an American trying to speak Spanish.
right.
This was his natural language.
Exactly. But I did like how they found the underground tunnels. This this kind of scene. And I'm wondering, is it something like that for real? Like the underground tunnels. I mean,
there's got to be.
Yeah. Well, we got so much drugs and yeah, it has to be something.
Yeah, exactly. That's a question though. Like, how true to life do you think this movie is?
And I've been to El Paso.
Yeah.
And I can look. So if I'm on a highway, I can look into Mexico.
Yeah.
So it got to be some relevance because you can look into Mexico on the highway, and so if it's a tunnel, and plus they stop you, like they have checkpoints down there on the U.S. side.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say it's real relevant because if there's no tunnels, what you checking? What you check stopping cars for? Randomly stopping cars. So yeah.
Yeah, I think it's pretty true to life as well. Is there anything else I need to talk about? Is there any other categories or
no?
Any other talking points? Sicario, are we done with Sicario?
Sicario gets about a 4.
4? I'm going to go 4.5 out of 5.
Okay, 4 stars.
Yeah, I think this might have been the best movie that you and I have done so far.
Oh no! What's the movie with Leonardo DiCaprio? I like that movie.
We did a Leonardo DiCaprio Interstellar. No, Leonardo DiCaprio. We did a Leonardo DiCaprio movie.
Yes, I don't have my notepad, but it was he was going in people's dreams or something. He was asleep. I forgot the name of it. Inception. I like that was my favorite one.
Yeah, that's a really good movie too. We've done some good movies. We've also done some bad movies.
Yes.
Tell the people what we're doing next.
We're doing How to Catch a Killer. It's on Netflix. Came out in 2003. I'm sorry, 2023.
Yeah, 2023. I was gonna say.
Yeah, 2023. How to Catch a Killer. It looks good. It looks promising. So
it stars what's her name? Shailene Woodley, I think is her name.
That's her name. Okay.
Yeah,
she's an up and coming. She's an up and coming. She plays some parts, but she's up and coming.
Man, I don't think she's still up and coming because she's been around for a while now.
Has she? Because she seems young. Or maybe she seems younger than me because I'm old.
Oh, she's definitely probably still in her 20s, but I don't know. I mean, I remember her like she played in like some teenage shows. Like,
oh, okay.
I feel like. I'll do research on her, but definitely she's been around for a while. But dude, Sicario, great movie. I'm glad we did that one because it's been on my radar for probably 10 years now. So I'm really glad that we chose that movie.
Okay. Well, I hope this next movie is just as good. Yeah. I saw a trailer, so that's what made me think about it.
It's also it's one of the top 10 movies on Netflix right now too. So
okay, good.
Yeah, that's how I seen it. That's which I actually remember when it came out 2 years ago. But again, it was one of those where I was just like, But I say that about a lot of movies now because in my mind, I feel like no movie's gonna be that great anymore. But I was wrong because this movie that we just watched was great. So
yeah, it was a good movie.
Absolutely, and at some point we'll have to watch the sequel because I got to know what happens.
Well, we could try to do it the show after.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure. But
so our next two, we got our next two.
So
Sicario 2 and How to Catch a Killer. Well, How to Catch a Killer first.
I'm in. All right, cool. Well, it's been fun. It's been exciting. Hopefully, the people have enjoyed watching Film as Literature, Sicario. Check us out on YouTube.
Right. Give your opinions. We'd like to hear what you got to say. Just a little banter never hurts.
Exactly.
So,
exactly. Tell us how wrong we were. Tell us how right we were. Tell us how much y'all love Benicio del Toro as well.
Right. Yeah, give us some likes. You know, get us out there. Get us in your algorithm.
Yes,
You know?
exactly. Yeah, get us out there, man. But dude, I appreciate it. It's been fun as always.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, and all you people out there, we'll check you later.
All right. Till the next time.